Hi everyone. So I mentioned in my last video, possibly my last video, depends on when I post this one, about the crochet project that I was doing. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought I could give it a review. So as I said before, I bought it off Temu. It comes in a little packet like this with all of the different coloured yarns that you need to make your project. So they're all in there, and as you can see, it's a nice amount. They're not skimpy with the amount of yarn that you get. I've dropped one on the floor. That's normal when you do as much as I do. But you also get a little plastic bag with the needles in and some stitch markers, which when you're doing the ammies like I do, you need to mark the beginning of your row because it just goes round and round and round in a circle, and if you're not keeping track of it, you can lose track of what row you're on. Then it came with, and this is what made me think of doing the review, it also came with 4 sets of eyes, I think there are in there. Yeah, so I've got 3 in there, and I've just put some on the actual thing. So you get those. You also get stuffing. Now, it's vacuum packed, so there might be enough in there, but I like to pack mine quite tightly, so I might have to add some of my own stuffing. Sorry, fibro brain, it makes me lose my words. It comes with a little booklet to show you how to do the necessary stitches. It came with a little bit of black as well. I'm assuming that's to do the facial features. It's just a little bit, but I might swap that to embroidery thread because it just gives it a smoother sort of look. And it didn't come with the scissors to put those in there, so it came with some wire as well. Now, the one that I'm doing now is a giraffe, and it's got a long neck, so when you put the wire in it, it holds the neck up so it doesn't go all floppy. So that is also required. So you get all the bits that you need, more than enough yarn to cover your project, your needles and the eyes, and also there's an instruction booklet with the picture on that I showed yesterday. Dropped it on the floor, surprise, surprise. So here, the only thing that I would say is a negative to buying them like this is that the instructions are teeny tiny and I can't see them even when I've got my reading glasses on. So I have to take a photograph and then zoom in so that I can see what's going on as far as the instructions are concerned. So that's my only negative point towards this particular set. The yarn feels nice. It's not sort of itchy or scratchy, which sometimes you can get, especially if it's like a wool blend. I prefer all acrylics because they hold better, and they feel smoother. They're not scratchy like they would be if you had a wool or a wool blend. So I use pretty much acrylic for everything, just because I don't like the feel of wool particularly. I don't mind alpaca. I quite like working with alpaca yarn, and I do have some upstairs, but for the most part I only buy acrylics. So yes, this is what I got off Temu. I think I spent about £7 on this particular set, or I might have even got it as a free gift, because Temu are doing between 2 and 7 free gifts. Usually 2 will get bumped up to 4, 4 will get bumped up to 6, and 5 will get bumped up to 7. Usually, not always, but you do have to spend a certain amount of money. So the more your free gifts cost, the more you have to spend. So it can range anywhere between £15 and £40, like I said, depending on how much you've put in your overall basket for the free gifts, because some of them are really good. So your first gift that you put in your basket is usually the best one, and then you'll get other gifts after that, but you've got to what am I thinking of? You've got to put the items that you like in your real basket, and then just keep sort of scrolling through the items that you like. So if you're scrolling through clothes will come up as your free gift. If you're scrolling through resin stuff, resin molds and colours and whatnot will come up. So depending on what you're looking at and what you've put in your basket will depend on what kind of free gifts you get. Usually, whatever's in the selection of free gifts that you can choose from, there will be something that you have either put in your basket or something similar to what is in your basket. So there's bound to be something there that you'd like, but it's very easy to get sucked into it. So just be careful, because I've spent a small fortune on free gifts. That sounds really ironic, but it's true. But I'm always looking for a bargain. So yeah. So I either paid £7 for this little giraffe, or it was a free gift. I'll let you know. I'll check my my shopping basket and have a look and tell you how much it was. But so far it's been quite fun to make, although I am mildly annoyed with myself because I did make a mistake along this edge. So it's got increases round here so that it's wider. This is going to be like its cheeks, I guess. And I put too many stitches in on one side, so it was all like, it was giving it like a cauliflower edge, which is obviously a bad thing. So I had to rip 5 rows, I think, and redo them. But it's worth undoing your work and redoing it. I am going to do some crochet work, but I've been asked if I'll do some hand embroidery tutorials. So I was thinking I might start there, because I've got lots of different stitches that are great for beginners that I can start you all off on if that's something that you want to look at later on. My plan is to put all of my videos in separate playlists, and I'll name them. So one will be like sewing, one will be jewelry making, there'll be another for embroidery, etc. So they'll be easy to find, or easier to find, because like I said before, I do loads of different crafts, and I just want them to be genuine, like as in as real as I can get them, mistakes and all. So I was thinking I might do the video of the craft and then speed it up so that you can see what I'm doing, but not having to spend ages watching it. And then you can see if I've made a mistake or not, because it will show up, and then we can go from there. So thanks very much, and I'll see you again soon.